It's the oldest power plant in France, and it's still operating at full capacity. After 40 years of existence, the Bugey power plant on the outskirts of Lyon still accounts for 2,000 jobs and 7% of the country's nuclear production. But within 15 years, 2 of its 4 reactors could be shut down. For Jean-Pierre Coulet, that's not soon enough.
What motivates me is the impact on health. The plant emits radioactivity permanently, and we don't necessarily know it because, of course, it's invisible. And then there's the problem of nuclear waste. There are plans to bury it, but it's going to stay there for eternity.
Last year, France's Nuclear Safety Authority flagged weaknesses in radioactivity and waste management in this power plant. The state-owned electricity producer EDF said any concern triggers repairs. But how long can France's nuclear power plants survive like this? There are currently more than 50 active nuclear reactors nationwide, and 14 are scheduled to shut down by 2035, while the last coal-fired power plants will be shut down by 2022. The government's goal is to decrease the share of nuclear power in the production of electricity from 70 to 50% and to increase the share of renewable energies up to around 40%. This was a promise made by 2 former presidents after the Fukushima disaster. A nuclear power plant emits little CO2 compared to coal, gas, or even hydroelectricity, according to experts. But environmental groups argue that older reactors pose risks to local and to the environment.
There are more than 1 million people living about 30 kilometers away from the Bugey power plant. So in the event of an accident, there would be a major risk for them, but also for neighboring countries.
But what type of energy will be able to sustainably and efficiently replace nuclear power? Will renewable energy be enough? We asked EDF.
Our goal is to develop solar and wind energy when half our energy comes from nuclear power and the other half from renewables, with more control on our consumption. Then we will manage to meet the French people's needs.
But renewable energies also have their limits.
Costs have dropped significantly over the last 10 years, but unlike nuclear power, renewable energies are less controllable since they depend on the weather.
Another source of concern is the drop in exports of energy produced by nuclear power. France is Europe's leading electricity exporter, but according to experts, the decline in the share of nuclear energy could have counterproductive effects.
The peak in use of energy in France generally occurs in February at 7 p.m. when it's dark, so we can't rely on solar energy. We can have wind power, but sometimes there is no wind. In that case, we import energy. There are times when there will be different sources of electricity we can import, but we can say that on average, over the year, the gas is likely to be used to replace nuclear energy.
According to experts, the unreliable nature of renewable energy could lead to an increase in carbon emissions through imports. It will also depend on how our neighbours will adjust their sources of energy as Europe remains interconnected.